Sunday. So a heads up, it's going to be warm, going to be humid Sunday and especially into Monday. Temperatures right now in the upper 70s. We have low and mid 80s out there as well. Dew point temperatures not terrible, but check out New Orleans, far southeastern Louisiana. Dew points are going up because we are looking at increased humidity ahead of a strong cold front. All the details are coming up. Local 33 News at 6 starts right now.
Live and Baton Rouge proud. You're watching Local 33 News at 6.
And a busy 6 o'clock it is on this Louisiana Saturday night. I'm Harrison Golden.
And I'm Crystal Whitman. Thank you for joining us for NBC Local 33 News at 6. Well, tonight we have some team coverage of the Tigers' first game of the season in Death Valley. Coming up, NBC Local 33's Kara St. Cyr gives us a look at how different things looked outside of Tiger Stadium this year. But first, we are going to give a check-in with Go Nation Sports Director Brian Holland with an update on the game. Hey, Brian.
Yeah, you said it, Crystal, by the way. If you want to know the difference between the 2019 and the 2020 Tigers, and it's a stark difference, it's basically the difference between the capacity inside of Death Valley in 2020. Just 25% of fans allowed inside behind me, and it's been quiet. Felt like a spring game attendance for most of it. You probably hear Go Tigers was just going because it looks like they could have turned some things around. We're going to get to that here in a moment. First, those differences have showed up on the field and on the stat page. LSU, a new quarterback, number 15, Miles Brennan, taking over the helm. But listen to this stat. LSU has had as many starters from the national championship game on this team as they did new starters from the FCS lower division level. 3 newbies coming from places like North Dakota State, Harvard, even Nicholls State. And at times, it's looked like they've lacked that experience. Plenty of freshmen taking center stage and having some of those freshman moments, and the differences are quickly apparent on the stat page. LSU outgained at half 303 to 146. They've allowed over 500 yards passing to Mississippi State. Look, we knew this was going to be a different looking team. The surprise has been how good Mississippi State has looked and how tough of a time that vaunted LSU defense has looked trying to stop them. Coming up in sports, though, I'm going to give you some of the positives, and it sounds like it's very positive as LSU on the comeback right now. All that, and of course, your Go Nation highlights, hopefully coming up here in just a few minutes in your Go Nation Sports. Guys.
All right, Brian, thanks so much. Well, LSU fans were excited to get back inside of Tiger Stadium today, and our very own Courtney Williams got a chance to talk to fans about how they feel about this game day experience.
Football is back at LSU, and fans are excited to don that purple and gold inside of Death Valley. Of course, many things have changed because of the pandemic, and one of the major changes is tailgating. And so what we saw is many fans just were together with their little groups near their vehicles, and although they say the tailgating was not allowed this season, they say it still feels normal to finally have football back at LSU.
Go Tigers!
Go Tigers!
Go Tigers! Go Tigers!
Yeah, go Tigers!
Go Tigers!
Go Tigers!
Go Tigers!
That famous saying rang through the LSU campus as fans celebrated the first football game of 2020.
We didn't even know if there was going to be a season. We didn't know if there were going to be fans. The fact, when I got my email from Taft that I got my tickets, it was just like, almost a thank God,
I think the excitement's still here. People are excited just to get back into football, so we're ready.
Campus looked a lot different with no tailgating, and some students say it's much different from what they're used to.
It's all right. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do.
I'm used to walking around campus and having, I usually see people on campus, so that's a big difference in not seeing people.
It's definitely really weird because, you kind of grow up with tailgating and you grow up seeing everybody getting, around and then having kind of fun and then meeting all these different people. And I was excited to actually meet people as a student. And that got kind of taken away, which sucked.
With many policies to ensure a safe experience, one fan says he doesn't mind the rules.
It's a part of the times, and it's like any other game. Explain the rules, and then we'll play by them.
Rules or not, nothing has taken the joy of fans who now get to watch their beloved Tigers on the field.
Oh, thank God. I mean, I'm just happy we're here.
Courtney Williams, NBC Local 33 News.
Courtney, thank you so much. Tiger fans are trying to make the best of this new normal, of course, during the LSU season opener. The coronavirus limiting the stadium to 25% capacity this year, And as a result, NBC Local 33's Kara St. Cyr is outside the stadium live where fans are trying to adjust. Hey, Kara.
Now, Harrison, before I get down to business, I just want you and everybody at home to just take a look at your screen. I want to show you guys last year's game so we can get that video up. Now, look at that. Look at all of that excitement, all of the energy. You can feel the purple and gold just coming through your screen. And now that we've taken that nice walk down memory lane, I want you to come back to me, to the present. All right, so I am here outside of Tiger Stadium right now, and it is almost like a ghost town, and this is nothing like you're used to, especially if you go to football games in the South. So I'm going to move out of the way so you guys can see how empty it really is out here. Normally, there's going to be people all over the sidewalk cheering, and also it is extremely quiet outside. Normally, you know, you can hear the crowd cheering from across the street, but I've been out here for hours, and the only way that I know that I'm at an LSU game is because I can hear the announcer every now and then. So fans are really trying to make the best of the situation, but a lot of them have been leaving, and they say it's just nothing like it used to be.
I think the people that did attend today were giving it their best. I think they were trying to make up for the lack of, you know, the numbers, but they were vociferous out there. They were trying hard to try to motivate the team.
So a lot of fans have been trickling out of the stadium. It's a little more than you would see normally, but the people that did stay say that they're just happy to have a football game to go to, and that they're hoping that in the future the new normal will be a lot kinder to them whenever it comes to football. Live outside of Tiger Stadium, Kara St. Cyr, NBC Local 33 News.
And tonight, a celebration of life is planned for the Denham Springs High School football player who tragically died more than a week ago. This evening at Denham Springs Yellow Jacket Stadium, the community will come together to celebrate the life of 16-year-old Remy Hidalgo. The event starts in about an hour. We'll hear from members of the Denham Springs community tonight at 10.
It is official. The next Supreme Court justice could be a Louisiana native if President Trump gets his way. Amy Coney Barrett is his pick to succeed late Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who died last week. The 48-year-old Barrett was born in New Orleans, raised in Metairie, and graduated class vice president at St. Mary's Dominican High School in New Orleans. The mother of 7 currently works as a federal appeals judge based in Indiana. She's a firm opponent of abortion, with supporters and critics agreeing she could tilt the high court rightward for years, if not decades. Again, that all rides on whether the Senate confirms her, and hearings set to start in about 3 weeks. We do have on our website, brproud.com, reaction from Louisiana leaders. And still to come here tonight, we'll be breaking down some of LSU's non-football numbers and whether the coronavirus pandemic is affecting enrollment at the school. Stay with us. We're back in 2.